Then he says, while she's finding herself, I still want to be involved with her.
We don't care what you want.
Oh my
Who cares about what you want? Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice Gang. Today we will be reviewing Put a Ring on It Season 2, Episode 8. But before we get into that, let's give a shout out to our subscriber of the week, M510. M510, you left us like 15 comments in our last video, and you can just keep them on coming. You don't ever have to apologize for leaving comments under our videos. We love talking to all of our subscribers. So keep them coming. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and we hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't know who we are already, my name is Suga, and this is my best friend, Spice. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do new videos. Make sure you follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, let's get into it. We pick up where we left off at this closure meeting. And you know, Kai just dropped the bomb that she slept with Darion. And in her confessional, she says, you know, after our 4th date, me and Darion slept together. He told me to come through to the condo. So I slid through and whoop, girl.
Get your life.
So I guess because now that he's dismissing her, she feels like she just wants to keep dropping more, but I'm just going to expose it all. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, well, you should have, you know what would have been a good time to tell me you ain't want me? You know what would have been a good time? After the second time I spent the night at the condo.
Oh, wow.
You feel good about that because you're just explaining yourself to be a bigger screw up than what you really did. Like now you're saying like it wasn't just like a one night in the moment kind of thing. Like no, you intentionally went down there, you drove down there, then you went down there, you stayed down there for a whole nother night. So it's like, girl, I just don't understand why you think you have no fault in this.
You had full disclosure that he was in a relationship.
And you don't care. But then you want him to care about you and your feelings.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like you act like Alexia is the side piece in this situation.
Yeah, like you have a right to be mad.
Darion goes to his confessional. Yeah, you know, I did cheat on Lex.
You had no choice.
I had a lot going on.
You had to tell us that. I just want to say, like, he had no choice but to tell. He had to think about it. He was like, if I dispute this, will it work out for me in the end? The kind of girl Kai is, I might as well just come clean right now. She got the same
text messages. She got the screenshot.
You know, he knew it was better to just come clean. So, oh my God.
So I don't know why he's trying to. Yeah, me and Lex is going through some things, and that I have nothing to do with nothing. Okay. You know why you was lusting after this girl from day one. After day one, you was like, cause the booty and the way
the tether.
You knew why you cheated. Exactly. Darion says after the night he spent with Kai, he realized what a great woman he has in Lex. Wow. So you just had to go through this, right, Darion? I love this picture he's painting.
Yeah.
You had to go through this, experience this, to realize that Lex was truly, not after 14 years and all the stuff she stuck by you through all the crap you were doing and the traveling and the disappearing and a whole bunch of kids. After this, after I got to tap that.
It was necessary.
That's
to bring us closer.
Lex was the one.
Wow.
And now we see why it was so easy for him to let that condo go. He knew what the heck he did. You were fighting this whole time. Nah, I need it for the condo. It makes me money. It do this, it do that. Then Alexia asked you one time, all of a sudden, it's whatever you want, babe. Yeah. Condo, gone.
But I don't think he's really going to get rid of the condo. I think he just wants to say that he'll get rid of the condo just on the off chance that this gets out. And then he could be like, well, the condo is gone, so you don't have to worry about that no more.
Another bomb she's dropping.
What happened to my condo is your condo,
It was.
but it's not anymore.
I'm letting that condo go.
Everything she says, it's just making you look more foolish. I don't know why you're saying it like it's like something to brag about, you know, like it's making you look better, and it's not. You're just like really putting your foot in your mouth here. It's like, so he's in a whole relationship with another woman, and he tells you just words, your condo is my condo, and whatever else he told you, we're gonna be together. And so you really just took that at face value. So you know he's cheating on his current girlfriend with you, but for some reason you thought it was gonna be a different experience with you. I don't know. Okay.
So you used me.
It wasn't about using you. And I thought you wanted to ease my pain. I thought you wanted to make me feel better.
I wanted to make you feel better, but at the same time, I wanted you. And I thought you wanted me. But clearly, that's not the case.
You knew what it was with me and Lex.
You knew what it was.
You're a mess. You don't know what you want.
I know.
He knows he don't want to be with you.
He just dismissed you and said, I want to be with Lex, but he don't know what
Now
he wants.
he don't know what he wants.
If he would have said, Kai, I choose you, Pikachu, then he would have known what he wanted, right? So what are you talking about?
Funny how that works.
You want to be with Alexia because you're used to it. It's comfortable.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
What makes you think you have the right to speak about their relationship throughout the 14 years that they've been together? You have no idea what they've gone through for you to be saying this. Just.
And why don't he want to be with you, Kai? He want to be with Lex because she's so comfortable, but why don't he want to be with you? He don't want to be with you because you're too easy. Because he already had it. Because that's all he ever wanted. He don't care about nothing else.
Did you tell Alexia that we slept with each other?
No.
Are you going to tell her?
I have to.
Yeah, of course you have to tell her because now she done blew up your spot.
So let's call her now. Let's call her right now and tell her together.
See, here's my thing. So because your feelings are hurt and your ego is shot because you thought that your cat was going to do something that it did not do. Now you want to go ahead and burst the next girl's bubble? Personally? Why? What does that do for you?
Are you okay?
This is what I'm talking about. I just want to say this because y'all keep, not y'all, but a lot of people keep saying that Lex don't have a reason to feel no kind of way about Kai. She should have no smoke for Kai. And it's like, the girl is actively trying to make a mockery of me. She's trying to embarrass me.
Talking about our relationship. She was provoking me when they were on a date, laughing in my face. You keep asking about me and everything we got going on.
Exactly. You keep trying to make me look like the ass in my own relationship. So yeah, I got a problem with you, girl. I got a real big problem with you. Exactly.
It's not about, oh, Kai didn't owe her anything. It's about right is right and wrong is wrong. Why would you want to mess with someone who's in a relationship, who's married, whatever? Why would you want to do that? And
then the intent behind it. Like, your intent is not just to, like, see if you and Darion can have a relationship, whatever. When he said that he don't want to move forward with you, you want to embarrass this girl.
And make her feel
how
you feel. You literally said in your confessional.
When Darion and I are alone together, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel wanted. In the back of my head, I just keep thinking about his relationship. But I also feel like I could have him if I wanted to.
Well, apparently not.
But Alexia shouldn't feel no type of way. Yeah. How would she not feel a type of way when you're sitting there to the camera talking about, yeah, I can take your man that you've been with for 14 years?
It's just a real smack in the face, and we have to, that has to mean something. Yeah. Obviously, Darion is the person at fault. Obviously, Darion is the only one who could disrespect his relationship on the level that he did. But that doesn't mean that Kai gets to walk away scot-free. Like, nah, we holding you accountable too. Kai's like, are you going to put a ring on it? And it's just like, girl, mind your business.
What did that have to do with you?
Darion's like, well, that's the mission. Yeah, that's still the mission, Kai.
I'm sure he was telling you, oh, yeah, Alexia, don't do this. and me and her be arguing all the time, and me and her don't get along. Of course he's gonna tell you that. What he's gonna tell you? Oh, Lex always had my back. She's just such a great person. She's wonderful and magical. Of course he gotta make you feel like you got one up. Of course he gotta make you feel like you have something that she doesn't, or she is just a problem and you're the answer. Of course he's gonna make you feel like that, so you can feel better about what you did.
But you want to call Lex gullible, but what are you? And the only reason why you're not in it is because he chose to dismiss you. That's the only reason why you're still not a part of the situation. So don't try to act like, oh, Lex stayed for 14 years. Girl, you would have stayed longer too had he not dismissed you.
So she's gullible for 14 years, but you were gullible after 4 dates?
Then we move on to LaRhonda and Derek, and we find out that Derek has not been married before, but that's something that he really wants to do. And LaRhonda says that she really likes that Derek is somebody who knows what he wants and he goes after what he wants. She finds that very attractive. Then Derek asks her, so why haven't you given him an ultimatum at this point since you are ready for marriage? And LaRhonda's like, you can't do that to people. People are fragile. And then Derek is like, you know, at the end of the day, a man is going to go after what he wants. It's all about if he really wants it. And LaRhonda really likes that. She feels like, oh my gosh, like that's refreshing because she feels like Shawn is not as, she says reserved. She says Shawn is reserved, but I really feel like what she meant to say was like, Shawn is not as ambitious as like, you know, as much of a go-getter or as assertive as that. And that's what she really, really wants Shawn to do. And pretty much from that point, they end the date, and Derek is somebody that LaRhonda would consider if she was single now. So
now we go over to Jessica and Eric's house, and they're starting on their assignment from Dr. Nicole, their marriage mission statement, and then it rolls over into a conversation about how Eric didn't do anything for Jessica for Mother's Day, and he's like, well, I tried, and she was like, you say you tried to get the day off, you didn't try to do anything.
Right.
And that's kind of pathetic because I don't know if you guys know about there's a rapper called Casanova, and he is in jail currently. He's locked up. But it was his girl's birthday, and he set up a spa day and a dinner by a chef and roses, and he's in jail. So if he's talking about he tried and he literally didn't do crap, next. So then they start talking about having children, and Jessica's like, for real, you want another baby? And he's like, yeah, I want another baby. Jessica is basically saying she does not want to have children. She doesn't want to have any more. She already has 2. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're at a certain age where, you know, they're getting older, and she doesn't have to, you know, do so much with them, and she doesn't want to start all over again. And Eric goes into his confessional and is like, well, if she don't want another baby, then don't let the door hit you on the way out.
It's just weird to me that you talk about her having a child for you, but then in your confessional, you're just acting like she's just a number in a raffle. Like, okay, that one don't work.
If you don't want to produce this baby in your factory, I'm going to just get another factory.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's just, do you love her or not? What's happening? And also, based on the fact that Jessica said, for real, you want another baby? It sounds like y'all had this conversation before. So if you had this conversation before, and Eric, you said it's a deal breaker that if she doesn't want to have a baby, you will not marry her. She wants to get married. So we're both deal breaking here.
What are we still doing here?
Why are we still here? Why are we even talking about this?
And then also with Jessica, she mentioned in her confessional that she was abandoned by her mom and raised by her aunt. And it's like, girl, you have real trauma from birth. And the fact that this has not come up in therapy, the fact that you're blaming you being defensive on the girls at school bullying you and not liking you because you have a softer, curlier hair is just mind-boggling to me, because the trauma started at birth. Girl, your mom abandoned you. You have abandonment issues. You've been on the defense since birth. You've been trying to prove yourself since birth. You said that you don't feel like you are good enough because of that. So what does that mean? That means you're constantly trying to prove yourself.
She like just places the blame on just randomly. It's like it's on shuffle. Like one day it's Eric, one day it's this, one day it's that, and it's like that's probably why you need therapy.
Yeah,
because you need somebody to help you work through that because you're all over the place. Like you said, there's so much trauma. It's so much wrong in this relationship. Every time they open their mouths, I'm like, okay, so why are y'all together? It's just like everything. Yeah, we're not on the same page. Yeah, we're tit for tat. Yeah, we're always arguing. Yeah, he wants a kid and I don't. And it's just like, what was the reason for being here? What's the good part?
right. So now we move on to Lex meeting up with Dr. Nicole. Now we gotta look at our notes for this. This is a lot. All right, so we start off with Lex pretty much saying like, he cheated. And she said what really bothers her is that it happened in the condo. And I mean,
would it be better if it was in a hotel?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you knew stuff was going on in that condo already. So then Lex says after 14 years, she never had any proof. She's had a lot of speculation, but she doesn't have any proof. Girl.
She's talking about something. I just can't believe he did that. Girl. He disappears for days. But you can't believe he did it.
But you don't have any proof. The proof is that he's not around. Then she's like, I didn't start to see stuff until this process. And Dr. Nicole, I'm happy Dr. Nicole got her accountability hat on today because Dr. Nicole said, I ain't gonna let you do this, Lex. You didn't want to see it, Lex. You didn't want to see it. And then she agrees. And I'm like, yes, because Lex, don't do that. Dr. Nicole's like, why can't you believe yourself? Like, why do you feel like you can't trust yourself? Like, you're dishonoring yourself by not believing what you know to be true and only believing what he says. So then Lex is like, at the end of the day, I felt like I chose my person. That's who I wanted to build with. I felt like I lost my best friend. Best friends don't do stuff like that. Like, okay, just because he cheated, that does not mean that you guys can't work it out. It was a compound of a lot of things, Lex. Like, it wasn't just one thing. It was so many things over the course of the 14 years. There's no way this man could possibly be your best friend the way he's treated you over these 14 years. There's no possible way. And then to do this on this magnitude, on this level, on national television.
If he cheated,
the level of disrespect.
So let me get this straight, right? You had been telling him, I feel like when you're at the condo, you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. He knows that, has full disclosure of that, understands your feels and your fears and your anxiety about that. What he decides to do on national television is take the girl to the condo to sleep with her. What do you think he was doing when there were no cameras around? And he disappeared and he was out of town and you didn't even know he was out of town until he texted you like, hey, I'm out of town.
Girl.
What was he doing?
If he's wilding like this, when the cameras is not around, it's on and popping.
Listen.
The most insulting part is that he really thinks that you'll take him back after it.
That's the
insult. So then Dr. Nicole is like, you know what? Mature men don't sabotage what they build. Is that the best thing for you, Lex? Like, is it really?
No. But I love him.
Girl. Dr. Nicole is like, yo, but I never really hear you talk about yourself, how much you love yourself, Lex. And I know Lex says this, that she loves herself, but Lex, you couldn't possibly.
I don't see how.
You couldn't possibly. I know you say it and I know you think it, but like Dr. Nicole said, you dishonor yourself.
There's no way you could just sit there and eat all of this. Just the lies, the manipulation, the gaslighting.
You can't.
You don't got no proof that I got a girl at the condo. Why would you say such a thing? There's no way you can sit there and eat all that and really feel like you love yourself. You are literally basically sacrificing yourself.
Every day.
Just to
every day that
though?
He feeds you garbage.
He doesn't give you anything that you want, anything that you ask for. The commitment that you want, you're not getting it. The kids that you want, you're not getting
support. He's not pouring into you.
There's everything lacking.
He's abandoning you. He's giving you no answers. He's giving you half answers and then have the nerve to come at you because of some hard eyes.
And then you want to sit on 14 years though. what good is 14 years if it's been 14 years of disrespect? I don't even, okay, let's say the first 10 years was good. If the last 4 was trash, if the last 4 was garbage, and he was disrespecting you, lying to you, and making you feel uncomfortable in your own home, and making you feel like you had to worry about where he was and what he was doing, what good is it?
It's not love for yourself.
What's the point?
It's not self-love. Lex says for the past 15 days, she's been on a high, and now she doesn't even know if it's real. Lex.
15 days, 14 years.
Yikes. Lex.
Who cares about the last 15 days?
Of course it wasn't
setting
real.
you up, sis.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna push her up here. Okay. Right? Because then when I tell her this news and then knock her down, maybe she'll level out. Wow. Come on, babe.
Simple math.
Look how we've been doing. We could just keep working on us.
I'm a feeder.
That was before I started really putting in effort. We can keep doing this. I can keep being this man for you. You've been asking him for years
to be this man,
what
to be
you
the
wanted
person,
him to do.
Yeah, to be this person that he's been for the past 15 days.
After he cheated on you, he flicked it on like a switch and was able to do it with no problem. So he couldn't do it when you were asking for it, not because it would make you happy, not because he loves you, not because he wants to make you feel good, but because it would benefit him. That's when he was able to be the man that you needed.
And the reason why he didn't do it before is because he just didn't want to.
That's just it. This is a lot. But if you don't absorb the truth and take accountability for the situation, you'll go into the next situation and do the same thing, end up in the same space with somebody just like him.
Oof.
Maybe worse.
Could be.
Do you really want that?
No.
You gotta be like, yo, I was bugging. You know how many times I've been, when I was in relationships when I was younger, I was like, yo.
Who was that girl?
I was wildin'.
What was I thinking? But you gotta take accountability.
Just the fact that you realizing like, no, I don't have to put up with that. I don't have to take that, and I shouldn't put up with that, and I'm not going to put up with that.
That part.
And move on. And then when you see signs of that in the next one, Kobe, he's out of here.
Lex also says that the big question is if she's gonna make it work with him. Dr. Nicole says, what have you been trying so hard not to see? And Lex says, that maybe he's just not the right guy for me.
Ding, 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 ding. There's a quote that says, basically, the best way to predict the future is to pay attention to what happened in the past. So based off your past, how do you think the next 14 years are going to go with him? No, he's going to be like, yo, all these years I did all of this stuff, she still ain't leave, and I cheated on national television, she still ain't leave. Oh, you can have your little ring, girl, because I'm going to do what I want regardless.
Exactly. I'm going to be single married out here. So then at that point, she feels like she's finally starting to see it. She's like, I'm the one who says that I want the families, and I want a family, and he already got families. And, I'm the one who wants to get married, but that's not really what he wants to do. She's like, I really got to put myself first. I have to, at this point, just choose me.
That's a great answer. That's good. Woo, that's good.
I got a
good answer.
And that's it.
Good answer. I hope you stick with that.
If anything, the 14 years just makes the disrespect that much worse.
That part.
It's
honestly
not a reason to stay.
Right.
It's a reason to leave. Because after 14 years and everything that I've dealt with you and done with you throughout this period, that's what you decide to do to me on national television? Oh, you really, really disrespectful. So then we move on to Shon and LaRhonda, and they're pretty much just going through the assignment. And we find out that LaRhonda wants to have a very small, intimate wedding, but Shawn wants a big wedding. And then we also find out that LaRhonda wants between 4 to 7 kids, and so does Shawn. Even with the 2 being adopted.
Who's paying for these kids?
Girl, even with the 2 being adopted, girl, that's 5 kids coming out your vajayjay.
Also, why are we making wedding plans when nobody proposed?
That part. Listen, 5 kids to commit to 5 pregnancies and 5 deliveries and 5 mouths to feed plus 2 adopted. Y'all better
I feel like y'all can't have kids. Y'all can't possibly have kids right now to just be like, yeah, 5, 7. What's that 7? I feel like
they're people. They're not objects.
I feel like only somebody who does not have kids would say something like that because, child.
Listen, okay, I got a house full of them, and they're right. Y'all out.
And I be visiting her house full of them.
Girl.
And y'all out.
Okay. After they have the first one, the number gonna change.
Oh
Trust
yeah,
the
ain't gonna be no.
Ain't gonna be no 7 no more. Trust that. Okay. And then pretty much they go through this whole thing where they decide if they where they stand on divorce. And Shawn act like he really, really believes in divorce. He's like, if stuff not popping, then I'm out.
He said it depends on the situation.
But it's like, but LaRhonda also believes in divorce, but she seems like she's more of like, I want to try everything until it's just like we have no other options and then divorce.
Knowing Shawn, I feel like the first thing he thought of was cheating, and he was like, I'm out of here.
But how you out of here when you got 7 kids?
I don't think he thought that.
You see how that works? You can't have that mindset of divorce when you want to commit to you want to commit my womb to a minimum of 4.
I mean, most of the couples in this show, it just feels like they haven't had a lot of conversation that they should be having. They haven't done a lot of thinking about certain things, like Eric and Jessica, for example. It's like, what are we even talking about? So Shawn and Jessica go on a date. Nothing happened.
Pretty much.
They was flirting, and you know, Shawn was lying, talking about this is the best date of my life.
That's it.
Next scene.
All right. Lex and Darion meet with Dr. Nicole. This is the first time that Lex has seen him since.
Dressed like they're going to a funeral.
Lord Jesus. Whew. Okay, so Darion says his reason for being here today is because he wants to mend his relationship. He doesn't want to throw away the 14 years with Lex. You already did when you decided to do what you did. I was going to tell her eventually, but I wanted to make sure she was all the way on my side first. So you see how you tell
You see the setup?
You see how you tell on yourself.
See, this is how comfortable he is that he could get you back.
Oh my God.
I'm going to admit to your face
it's an
that
insult.
I was manipulating you, and all all that 15 days that you are talking about that was just so great and magical and you was in love. Oh no, baby, that was fake.
That
I
was
just needed to
manipulation.
do that because I knew I did some mess, and I just need you to get me back in the house.
Yeah. Then he asked, and I was getting ready to do everything that she wanted me to do, including getting rid of the condo. Boy.
Ironically, Lex says it's not about the condo because
Get
you
him,
could have
Lex.
did it somewhere else.
Get him, Lex.
Girl, that's what we were
Get
trying
him,
to tell
Lex.
you last week, girl.
Get him.
We was trying to tell you that last week.
Because see how he keeps trying to throw that condo out there like as if it's the candy and the carrot that you
But I
that
gave you
want.
what you wanted.
You know, but you still have it. So you didn't. You're just using it. Like you're just using words so that you can get me to forgive you. Darion says not having a woman at the condo was something that he used to be able to boast about. Darion, if you don't
Stop
get
lying.
you know, and now I can't do that anymore because it's I messed that up for me. Like, no, you it's the fact that you're still lying for me. It's the fact that you really think that the viewers are that gullible to believe that you've never had another woman in the condo
So you were
before.
just so faithful all this time, and you waited till you got on national television on a show where you're supposed to be working on your relationship to cheat.
And this was your first time ever doing anything like this. So much so that you was telling Kai that this condo was her condo. So Lex says, why did you sleep with her? A question that needs no answer. But Darion volunteers his answer, and he says, because she was a stress reliever.
So you couldn't hooped it up with your friends. You couldn't went to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't worked on your music that you claim you're working on.
That part.
So now, am I supposed to believe that every time you're stressed, if I take you back, that you're just gonna, that's your stress reliever? That's how you relieve stress? That's your method?
And shout out to Darion for just being a complete idiot, because now you are also letting Kai know, like, girl, you aren't worth anything to me. And Kai needs to hear that.
Yeah.
Because the way she moving out in the world, girl, he called you a dang on Tylenol pill. I had a headache, and I took a couple Tylenols, and now I'm relieved. But then Dr. Nicole says, I don't want to get us on the wrong track. Like, this is not, I hate to think this is about, you sleeping with someone else. So then Lex is like, no, it's really not, it's about the fact that, like, it's the humiliation. all of it. It's like, why would you do that? So then Dr. Nicole says to Darion, it seems like you don't connect that your actions hurt people and that your actions have consequences, and you know, it's real. Like, it's not just something that you could just do so that your needs are being met. So then Dr. Nicole says something that I really, really like. She says, have people coming together don't make a whole nothing. And I really, really like that, because it's like y'all thinking that just because y'all are coming together, y'all are in a relationship, but the things that you need are not being met, and the thing that he needs and wants to do is not in accordance with the relationship. So y'all got nothing. Y'all are not supposed to be together. Darion is not supposed to be with anybody. So Lex, don't even take that as a dig, because at the end of the day, like, he is not the right person for anyone.
He literally doesn't function in a way that will work in a relationship. He literally just admitted that I only serve myself.
That's it.
I don't care about anybody else.
No.
And I don't understand when I can't get my way. Like, it does not compute to me. That's who you've been with for 14 years.
Lex says, you know, obviously, you know, I'm not the person you want to be with if you go sleep with someone else. Then he says, while she's finding herself, I still want to be involved with her.
We don't care what you want.
Oh my
Who cares about what you want? Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, find yourself, girl. But can I still be in your life to get what I need out of it?
So then he apologizes, and he's like, you know, I'm sorry. And even though that can't fix it, I'm lonely out there. I'm lonely. And I'm ready to come home. I just want to come home.
So none of this is about Lex. Lex, what can I do to better serve you? How can I make you feel better? But I'm lonely. What about me and my feelings? I'm hurt out here in these streets.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at him. We don't care.
Dr. Nicole's like, that's enough. That's enough. You know.
They're not paying Dr. Nicole enough. I'm going to say that right now.
And then he says, I don't like to lose. I never lose. Is this a game to you? Apparently so. It's a game. It's a game. It's not real. That's why Dr. Nicole said, like, you don't seem to think that your consequences actually hurt people. It's not real to him.
It's not.
It's not. Like,
i.e. narcissism.
Oh my gosh. Then Alex says, you know, she's glad that she went through this process, and she knows that she needs to let the relationship go. And Darion says he learned that he didn't know himself, or he hasn't found himself yet like he thought he did. Like, Darion.
Now, this is the part that made me mad. Darion crying, right?
Oh, that part. Oh my God.
And what Lex would do? Please don't. I hate to see it.
Oh my God.
You can't be serious.
You can't.
She's in her confessional in the 14. If somebody say 14 years one more time, I saw.
Oh my God. Because it just makes it
years
worse.
Of our relationship, I've never seen him tear up.
Oh.
So what? What does that mean? I'm supposed to feel bad?
Nothing.
So you're mad because somebody took your toy away and you're crying, and I'm supposed to feel bad. Did he wipe your tears away when you were crying? Did he? No. So what you wiping his tears for? So then they part ways. Then they go to group therapy. Nicole gives Alexia the floor, and she basically explains the situation of what happened, and you know, says she won't be continuing in the process with Darion, and she's gonna go try and find herself. And everyone just basically lends their support.
And Jessica opens up talking about how, you know, her Mother's Day, how Eric didn't do anything for her for Mother's Day, and that really bothered her. And then with LaRhonda and Shawn, I feel like they're just in la la land. I mean, they know that they want to get married at this point. They know they want to move forward, and they want to have 7 kids. But like, I mean, I just don't understand how you're not putting together, like, providing for these 7 kids.
Right.
And, you know, the amount of time and stress. Because let me tell you something. One thing I know is that Shawn is very emotionally draining. You know what's more emotionally draining? 7 kids wanting all your attention.
8 kids if you count Shawn.
And that's what I'm saying. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Please, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. Also, give us some diamonds. Throw up some diamonds for Lex. If y'all made it to the end of this video, our girl Lex needs our support. You know, anybody who's been through a tough breakup or a tough relationship or anything, you know, throw some diamonds out for Lex. You know, we support you, Lex, and we hope that you get the message that you don't deserve this. Also, please follow us on all of our socials at Suga and Spice 88 for Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. And we look forward to seeing all of you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
Good energy.
Today we gon' share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline, nourishing.
Good
What you
energy.
put